One of my favourite quotes is "Jump and the universe will catch you." This was my catchphrase when I was quitting my job to become a professional photographer. Would you take the opportunity to learn a new skill that at the very least will afford you a new passion for life, but could also open doors you never imagined existed? If you had have told me 5 years ago that I'd be hanging out of a helicopter, photographing wild horses on a paid photography job, I would have laughed at you. Learning photography is hard. All those numbers and buttons, your phone does almost the same thing. It took me 18 months to learn the base theory of photography, and even then it was some months and even years later that I was picking up new skills and knowledge. And that time was frustrating. Professional photographers intimidated me, and looking at other people's images only served to dishearten me. But I came through the other end with a keen desire to help others reach their photography goals, without the headaches and setbacks I experienced. I'll share my rookie stories to make sure you're never caught out in public screwing a camera onto a tripod. When you have a passion, people can't help but to be drawn into it. And that's when you'll build your audience and get your likes, and maybe even be as lucky as me. I believe that no matter what you do in life, you should do it because you love it. When you put yourself out there, magic can happen. 10 years ago, I was a chef living in Cairns, Australia, when the travel bug hit me for the first time during a trip to Thailand. This was my first time overseas. At 26, I was a late bloomer, and subsequent follow-up trips to Southeast Asia really cemented the deal. I wanted to travel, and not just for fun, but as a part of my lifestyle. A year later, I got my first iPhone, and I idly downloaded Instagram one night. I didn't really know what it was, but it sounded fun, so I started to go on little missions to take photos with my iPhone. In January 2012, I quit my job. I became the Instagram girl. I was going to use my popularity on Instagram to forge a career in travel photography. The job didn't exist. I had to prove my value, and I had to find a place for myself. In 2013, News.com labelled me Australia's first professional Instagrammer, and I now have 464,000 followers on the platform. I was absolutely and completely hooked on photography, and I was at the limits of what my phone could produce. I've been collating and fine-tuning this knowledge to break down photography in a way that it's never been broken down before. I've revised and researched theory and partnered it with my own stories, successes and failures to devise a course that will turn you from a base beginner photographer to a confident enthusiast. I genuinely want to help people. I work hard on the creative side, and I work hard on the business side, and I constantly strive to prove my value in everything that I do. Take nice photos because you love photography. Engage with others because you're interested in them, and travel to great places because you love to travel. I'm Lauren Barth, and I'm a full-time travel photographer.